Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Dr. Farrar Duro. She is a doctor of Oriental medicine. So welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tyler, for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us. And we'll dive right into the first question. The first question I have for you is, what's the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Well, I guess it was when I was in pre-med, and I was really struggling with my own health issues and hormonal imbalances, and I really couldn't find any answers. And it was before Google and internet and all that in the mid-90s, and I just decided to do research, and it led me to Oriental medicine and finding my own love. And it's 20 years later, and I'm still there. So that's it.
And what's the most valuable piece of information that we should know? I'm actually really excited for your answer on this, that we should know that's within your expertise or industry.
Really, it's never stop looking. I mean, when we have patients that come to us that are really, we're the last house on the block sometimes, and they've been struggling for a long time. They've actually come to the very end and they find us and they go, "Oh, I wish I'd known about this in the beginning." So had they not continued to look, then they could have just suffered and lived with their conditions for years and years on end, or even not even conceived. We do help a lot of women with fertility issues and all kinds of issues there. So get a second opinion, never give up.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Follow your ideas. And don't kill them in the shower, I think. Once you have the idea, go with it and follow your gut and really pursue it to the end, and never stop trying to do that.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
I really think that it's to keep pursuing your love. There are moments when I thought, okay, most of my family they're actually MDs or they're in conventional medical approach, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. But I thought, am I doing the right thing? And really don't second guess yourself. You you really meditate and really think this is a path for me. Just follow it and go with it.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
I think really personally for me, I'm happiest when I'm with my family and I'm just being in the moment with them, and I'm surrounded by those that I love. And in my practice, I'm really the happiest, I think, when I'm in my flow, and the day just flies by. I don't even realize it because I'm just really doing what I love and helping people. And
what's the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Well, I'm currently reading the 10X Rule again, and I think that it follows the same rules where you think, well, you have one idea and you feel like you're kind of limiting yourself. You're the person who's in your way often the most. So just really, getting into the bigger picture, what that is every day when you set your goals.
And what's your favorite quote and why?
It would be by Einstein. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. And I'm actually at a conference right now because, and I will be the whole month, just learning and continuing to learn. And I feel like, we're all lifelong students on this earth. So we can really never know enough.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much for coming on. And the last question I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
We have a podcast called The PCOS Revolution that's on all the places you listen to podcasts, and also at floridacompletewellness.com. You can find our clinic and blog information there.
Perfect. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.